So for ed time this week, we're going to start working on our habitats that we're going to build in our own homes. So we're going to look at where do you want to build your habitat. So for today, you're just going to walk around your apartments or your houses and look at different spaces in your house that you might want to build your habitat. So this can be all over in different spots, and we're going to go through some of the spots that you might be able to use. So let's take a look. Where do you want to build your habitat? So you could build your habitat in your bedroom. So you can go and turn your entire bedroom into an ocean habitat or a desert habitat. So your entire bedroom, now obviously you would have to check with your parents to see if that would be okay with any of these spaces and talk to them to find out which one you want to use to build your habitat, but your whole room you could turn into a habitat. So that's one thing to think about. That would be a really, really big one. But that is one of our options. So maybe your bedroom. Maybe you have a tent in your house. I know some of our friends during our Zoom meetings have had a tent inside of their house that they either built or that they put up since being home all the time. So inside of that tent, you could maybe build your habitat. That would be a really cool one for us to see. Maybe a space underneath a table. This dog is sleeping underneath that table, but if you don't need that space under the table, you could move the dog out and build your habitat underneath the table. So this doesn't have to be your kitchen table or a dining room table. It could be, or it could just be a end table at the side of your couch if you have some space under that. So this could be, or if you have like a desk in your room, maybe it could be underneath a desk somewhere. So any kind of table that you have in your house that maybe has some space under it, you can build your habitat under there. Maybe an empty drawer. Maybe you have a drawer or a cabinet in your house that's empty and doesn't have anything in it, and you want to use that to build your habitat inside of it. You can definitely do that. Or maybe you don't have any of those spaces that we just talked about, but you have a cardboard box or a shoe box. So you could always build your habitat inside of either just a cardboard box you had laying around that your parents haven't gotten rid of yet, or a shoe box you have laying around. So that's always a good option too if you don't have a bigger space that you can build in. And of course, if you don't have any of those things, you could always build your habitat on paper with crayons or markers, and you can use a blank piece of paper, maybe a big piece of paper if you have a big piece of paper. And each time we do ed time, you're going to add to that picture. So it's a picture that you're going to want to keep across all of the rest of our habitat learning in ed time. So these are some really great options. Your bedroom, a tent, inside an empty drawer, maybe under a table, inside of a cardboard box of some kind, or a plastic box if you happen to have a plastic Tupperware box maybe, or with just paper and crayons and markers. So I want you to choose what kind of space you want to use or what you want to use to build your habitat, and write it either in the comments for us or take a picture of the space that you're going to use and upload it for us, whichever way you want to do it. So for today, for ed time, all you have to do is just decide where you want to build your habitat and let us know what that is. All right. Have a great day and have fun looking for your space.